just days after concluding his visit to Russia, which turned several eyes and sparked widespread criticism, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to embark on a diplomatic visit to Ukraine on August 23, reports suggest. The visit, which is yet to be confirmed, is PM Modi's first since the Ukraine-Russia war, which has entered its third year now. Reports suggest that following the visit to Russia, which culminated in a warm embrace between Russian President Vladimir Putin and PM Modi, if his visit to Ukraine turns into a reality, it would be considered India's balancing act to the West. Nonetheless, this diplomatic tightrope on which PM Modi is walking comes with its nuances. While many are praising this decision, highlighting how India is undertaking a diplomatic stance in the Russia-Ukraine war, several others are criticizing the development as a move of appeasement.
I can reasonably expect that there will be more contacts between us and Ukraine and between us and Russia as well. But something more specific than that, is we, like any government, we make our positions known at the right time through the right channels. So there's really not more that I can say.
Why PM Modi's visit to Ukraine matters? It is known that the Ukrainians are very keen on a visit from Indian leaders, which could be projected by them as signifying more understanding for the Ukrainian cause and a more even-handed Indian approach. Ever since the war began in Ukraine, PM Modi has often spoken to Ukrainian President Zelensky, while both the leaders have also met at the G7 summit in Italy. Additionally, India has also sent humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Yet, these developments do not equal the impact that can be created by PM Modi's visit to the war-torn nation. For Ukraine, a visit from India is more than a mere visit, as many call it. India's visit, a major non-Western country and a leader of the global South, would imply broadened international sympathy and understanding of its position as a victim of Russian aggression. Nonetheless, experts and analysts have projected the visit as India's act of managing the negative fallout of PM Modi's visit to Russia, which drew criticism from not just the US, which provides ironclad support to Ukraine, but also from President Zelensky.
And we would urge India, as we do any country when it engages with Russia, to make clear that any resolution to the conflict in Ukraine needs to be one that respects the UN Charter, that respects Ukraine's territorial integrity, Ukraine's sovereignty. And, India is a strategic partner with whom we engage in a full and frank dialogue, and that includes on our concerns about the relationship with Russia.
Just moments after the warm hug shared between PM Modi and President Putin flooded the internet, President Zelensky criticized the meeting as a devastating blow to peace efforts, adding that it is disheartening to witness the leader of the world's largest democracy embrace the world's most notorious criminal in Moscow. Reportedly, India raised the matter with MEA, summoning the Ukrainian ambassador to India and indicating New Delhi's displeasure with Zelensky's remarks. What was drawn out of PM Modi's Russia visit? PM Modi's visit to Moscow earlier this month was his first after beating anti-incumbency for the third consecutive time to lead the nation, a rare development in a functioning democracy. While the hug between the two top leaders drew the biggest global eyeballs, the embrace was criticized as it came at a time when a Russian missile had by mistake hit a children's hospital in Ukraine just hours ago. However, it is to be noted that PM Modi made sure to convey to his Russian counterpart that the killing of the children was heart-wrenching. Moreover, similar to PM Modi's last year one-liner to Putin that this is not the era of war, this time around he said, peace does not flow from the battlefield, calling for resorting to dialogue and diplomacy to put an end to the war.
मैं जानता हूं कि आज का युग युद्ध का है नहीं, और हमने फोन पर भी कई बार आपसे इस विषय में बात की है कि डेमोक्रेसी और डिप्लोमेसी और डायलॉग, ये सारी बातें ऐसी हैं कि जो दुनिया को एक स्पर्श करती है। आने वाले दिनों में शांति के रास्ते पर हम कैसे बढ़ सके, युद्ध हो, संघर्ष हो, आतंकवादी हमले हो, मानवता में विश्वास करने वाला हर व्यक्ति जब जानहानि होती है तब बहुत पीड़ित होता है। लेकिन उसमें भी जब मासूम बच्चों की कत्ल होती है, मासूम बच्चों को मरते हुए देखते हैं, तब हृदय छलनी हो जाता है और वो दर्द बहुत भयानक होता है। और इस विषय में भी आपसे विस्तार से चर्चा हुई। एक्सेलेंसी, एक मित्र के नाते मैंने हमेशा कहा है कि हमारी भावी पीढ़ी के उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए शांति सर्वाधिक आवश्यक है। लेकिन मैं ये भी जानता हूं कि युद्ध के मैदान में समाधान संभव नहीं होते हैं। बम, बंदूक और गोलियों के बीच समाधान और शांति वार्ताएं सफल नहीं होती हैं और हमने वार्ता के माध्यम से ही शांति के रास्ते अपनाने होंगे।
However, unlike what was expected during this year's visit, though PM Modi went there with the hope of signing MOUs or making a joint statement, the visit did not culminate into anything of such sort. However, the warmth exuded by both during the meetings raised West's eyebrows. The US, while expressing its anxiousness over the visit, urged PM Modi to use his time in Moscow to emphasize Ukraine's territorial integrity, indicating that Western powers believe India has not done enough to match the pressure they have been exerting on Russia. Moreover, the US ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti, threatened India of not taking India-US ties for granted, claiming that if China decides to initiate a full-blown war against India, Russia would not hesitate to side with Beijing.
I also remind my Indian friends, while it is wide and it is deeper than it's ever been, it is not yet deep enough. That if we take it for granted from the Indian side towards America, I'll fight a lot of defensive battles trying to help this relationship ahead. But this senator or this member of Congress, concerned about an NGO, concerned about a religious group, concerned about a human rights issue, concerned about the things that sometimes we pretend don't exist, but we must actually confront and find a good language to talk about it. We are a little bit from two different cultures in which we say all the time, please do criticize us. We criticize ourselves. And then he says, no, it's not the role of countries to criticize each other. And then once in a while we might say something critical and then he say, why are you criticizing us? Countries shouldn't do that.
Despite that, analysts highlight that PM Modi's visit is a message that India wants to maintain a foreign policy dictated by its interests rather than US preferences. Significantly, it is a global belief on the global stage as well as in India that India's close ties with Russia could play the role of mediator to end the ongoing conflict, which is what Ukraine is seeking as of now.